Greetings everyone, how's it going? Today we're gonna play Jammy HB versus Fox. Again! I know, you must be bored of this matchup by now, but I really enjoy it. I think even though this matchup is Fox favored if both players are of equal skill, and even though using Faust David as your backbone of your breakers and having so much ice destruction seems a bit degenerate, it still is a surprisingly fun matchup because there is so much ebb and flow to the games, and you can tweak both decks, HB and the Fox deck, to keep the games fresh. So what you have is a very dynamic matchup with a lot of replayability, and this is what I look for. The best case scenario is when you have a sparring buddy to play this matchup against, and of course I do, in the form of James, also known as Frost Duty. This is a very fun match. I hope you enjoy. So I deliberately begin this video at the end of my first turn. You do not know what ice or asset agenda upgrade I've installed. My question to you is, as Wizard, do you run this server on your first click? Think about it. What's the most nasty ice that you could possibly face check out of HB? If you give it a think, there actually isn't really much that HB can threaten. Especially nowadays when most people turn to Next Dice. So Next Dice has completely no face check value. You can simply bounce off, and that's good for you. With no programs installed, most Bioroids are not even threatening, and those that are, such as Fairchild, you can simply click through them. So really the only ice that you're worried about when the corpse on 7 credits is Architect. Now that's a nasty one, but a first turn Architect is actually a lot less threatening than most people give it credit for. Because the corp hasn't drawn many cards yet, and there are no items in the bin, there's very little that the corp can do with the second Architect subroutine. The first one would hurt, but even then, because the corp is so poor, they can't translate this into further momentum. They cannot use Architect to install a Breakaway Grid or a big campaign and still defend it for the next turn, which is the biggest thing that you want from Architect. Either the ability to further ice up your servers, which is possible, but the corp cannot gain economic momentum with a turn 1 Architect. So what I'm trying to say is, it is a very safe face check, and I would always do it as Wizard first click, unless there's something really important that I want to do with my first turn overall, such as maybe installing Wildside Chronotype. Indeed, as you see James, he goes for the face check, he trashes my campaign, and I respond on my next turn by re-icing the Eli server. Usually people will defend the centrals instead. Why would you devote double ice to a secure server? The problem is, I know I'm against Fox. Eli easily goes down to a single knife and 2 clicks, which is definitely not ideal for me. So I need to defend my Eli with an unrest outer piece of ice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's not brilliant.
Trash both of your installed cards. Or spend a lot of cards.
Yeah, or spend all the
Wow,
time.
this is really crippling for you.
Yeah, this is nasty.
Your best bet is actually to break the first subroutine. Just the
yeah,
first.
I'm just gonna have to lose all my cards. I can't afford to have the.
Yeah, so you let
stuff.
me fire the first sub, I guess.
No, I let you fire the brain. Oh no, of course,
Are you
can't
sure?
Oh god, yeah. This
You have
is
to let me fire the
terrible.
first sub and lose the
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, wow. Okay, yeah, that's definitely worse than I realized.
Yes, it is
I will-
bad. Then you jack out. Oh wait, no, you can click through. Yeah,
No,
you
I
can.
can click through.
Yeah,
I
you
may
can
as well.
hit my psychic field for 0 net damage. Yeah, you can have it.
Wow, yeah, that was actually really horribly.
Yeah, I guess you should have accounted for that. That's.
Well, you can't account for everything.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, not too surprising. One would expect that to be an agenda if you have one.
I mean, it is. The problem is it is an ABT. And
Oh,
we
wow.
all know what happens. Let's just go for it. Oh, damn.
Wow,
Oh, hot damn. Oh my gosh.
if you hit a good ABC, that's essentially the end of the game.
No,
after
it's
me
not,
losing that combo.
but kind of.
Okay, ouch.
It's not the worst for you. Like, that is something you can easily deal with. Nothing.
No agendas in the next goal. No, that's really good for you.
Next
An
goal
8-cost
is pretty crap against you.
It's still an 8-cost piece of ice that you just got for free. Like, oh dear. Yeah, these are not superb draws.
Let's keep going. I hope you're on 3 fouls. Losing that 1 foul was ouchy. Oh, you found it. Okay. Thanks, Change.
Oh, it wasn't another agenda. That might give me a leg back in. If that had been another agenda at this point, it would have been.
This is a very important junction in the game where I sack my Jackson in the secure remote to convert the defense of my remote into economic advantage in the form of the Adonis campaign. However, because I am not able to get rid of the agendas in my hand, I need to defend HQ, and here's where I make the mistake of using Nyx Bronze to defend HQ instead of the Ichi. Nyx Bronze is a very flimsy ice. It was only meant as a deterrent in my mind. With an unrest ice on HQ, my opponent probably won't run it. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, they later do, and when it dies so easily to both Faust and Parasite, Nyx Bronze was a very wrong choice. Instead, I should have saved Nyx Bronze for, say, the remote, because it would act as a fall guy for the Fairchild 3, in case my opponent decides to go for a spoon on the remote. Ice placement is an incredibly important aspect of playing HB, and you'll see me punish for this later on. Now, some of you might be wondering, hey, Nyx Bronze on HQ is actually fine. It's okay to have flimsy ice as long as you get rid of the agendas in hand, which you could do. You have the Jackson in hand. You can overdraw and reshuffle the agendas back to R&D. And after looking back at this, that probably would have been the right strategy. This did not actually occur to me while I was playing, because against Dumblefork, you actually want to keep agendas in hand, because Dumblefork will eventually get the R&D lock on you, and when they do start going for deep medium digs, and you have no agendas or Jacksons in hand, you basically lost because you can't meet your win condition. So I actually want to have like the Vitruvius in hand so that when I do draw into the Biotic, I can immediately remove it from circulation. Thus, using Jackson here is probably the right play, but instead I agonize over something else. There is a card that's really annoying me. It's called Sunset Slums. It is a
Yes, I'm really that one slums. Like, I almost never don't want to see it. Like, I'm even considering putting a second one in. Like, it's just continuously doing huge amounts of work. Right, that's really interesting. All right, so let me think about this. Right, from my perspective, I had a slow start. I've got lucky that you've only scored one agenda, quite frankly. I think I should poke HQ.
Yeah, come, rate my hand. Sounds good. There's only one ice there. What is the worst that could be?
I think it's a fairly reasonable thing to do, to have at least. Sure.
Have it.
Do I poke again? Yeah, definitely.
If you have a spoon, why not?
I don't. I do have an MK Ultra, which I don't care about. So.
Yeah, have that. You can have that.
Okay. Very interesting. Feels like it's rude not to see what.
Fuck you! No, don't, no. Why?
Oh.
No.
Okay. Well, this has put me back on the
now
map.
You know why I was saying that, right? Like, I don't mind you stealing the 2 agendas. That was the worst thing you could have hit. Oh, you bugger.
Okie dokie. Unfortunately for you, that was the order of access. If I'd seen one agenda on Jackson, I probably would have stopped. But when I saw 2 agendas, I was like, there's so much chance that the last thing will be at least something.
Now this really sucks. This just really sucks.
Where do I go now? Okay, this has put me back on the map a little. Or a lot. Losing my 2 parasites early really was very sad, though.
Whatever. You're in the lead. You're in the lead now. Your entire rig is set up.
Yeah, that next gold is really annoying, though. That next gold is really, really annoying.
It's 3 cards.
Yeah, but like, you know, with 2 other pieces of ice, like that,
okay, fair.
that service can be really, really nasty taxing.
If I were you, I would start destroying some ice now, because if I draw any agendas right now, it's going in the Adonis server.
Yeah, 1 second.
Bloody hell. Okay, that actually makes up for the ABT, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having to think about what my best course of action is here.
The next logical vector of attack here is R&D, which I have defended very securely, allowing me to keep the next goal alive. Also, I thought, Try harder next time.
Do I let one of them fire? Yes, I can let your. I've got to kill that next gold, so I'm gonna have to let one of them fire. Do I install MK Ultra and just break one of them? Because the thing is, the hand and archives one is looking really not dangerous at all at the moment. It'll be super sad if you install the thing from your hand.
Yeah, that's the problem with not checking what's in my hand.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to break
and
one.
I fire the second sub.
Yeah, fire the second sub.
Right, then Adonis goes...
Okay.
Do I want a new Adonis? Or do I want 3 credits off it?
You have to put it in server 1. Yeah, if you're going to install it, you have to put it in server 1. I mean,
I could put in a new remote.
Yeah, but then I'll run it and slums it immediately. Like, it's a complete waste of time if you do.
And if I do draw an agenda, I would like to have the remote available.
Oh, it's also true. Yeah, you've got a tough call.
No, I need the money. Let's go.
Yeah, I think you do.
That dies.
So that's 1 and 2 and I like all these cards. 3.
Continue.
Yeah, it's rock on. Oh, I don't have any viruses. Purging I don't care about.
Exile is
virus. I don't. Trashing a virus is the problem. Is that, like, yeah, I can afford to lose a parasite, I guess. Obviously, the purge is irrelevant.
So this wasn't a very well thought out res. Resing the macrophage here was pretty useless, considering that he had no viruses installed, rendering the most important tracers, the first and the second one, rather useless. I should have just let him through and saved the macrophage res for a more punishing and opportune moment.
Yeah, you can fire all the others.
Which one are you breaking?
The end of the run, obviously, because otherwise the run ends.
Trace 2 for remove virus from your heap.
So go ahead, do it.
The architect failed to defend my next goal from being forked. To make matters worse, I used the second step routine to install a fresh Adonis, which I really want to get all the money off. However, my blue level draws me into a corporate sales team, which I should be jamming into the server. I can't do that though. I can't possibly overwrite a 9 credit Adonis just to keep my sales team safe. My opponent will definitely know it's an agenda. It's a strong telegraph. I have effectively trapped myself, and if my opponent is sensible, he'll run HQ to fetch my sales team.
Sorry, I'm having a real... There's about 3 different things I could do here, and I'm really not sure which one is the correct
Talk it
one.
through if you want.
Well, okay, so I've got a spoon.
That seems very sensible.
I've got a spoon and I've got another David, and I've got a medium, so I'm not sure if I want to play second David and medium and then try and spoon R&D so that I can kill the macrophage and start getting into R&D, or spoon just flat out spoon HQ, kill the bronze, and run HQ a bunch of times. You've just drawn a whole bunch of new cards.
Yeah, that actually seems reasonable. R&D just seems really difficult. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So now the question is, which card do I throw? I quite like all of these.
Another one. Yeah, you're not running a bunch of times, are you?
Sorry, I should have run again. My brain just farted there. In fact, yeah, I'll just make glands like it. Okay, there we go.
I very narrowly escaped. After 3 runs, my opponent managed to dodge the sales team every single run. And it is this point where I collapsed into a complete mental breakdown. I was like, I need to get this sales team out of circulation, even if it means trashing my 6 credit Adonis. And that's where things started going south, if it wasn't going south already. A sensible person would probably ice up HQ and get more money, wait for Adonis to tick down. Instead, I hurriedly jammed it into the remote and put the Nick Silver on top of it, thinking that it would be impregnable. It looked nearly impossible for my opponent to contest it. But if I thought about it, with so many clickable bioroids in the server, that server was very vulnerable. Moreover, given that I clearly telegraphed that this is an agenda, there is no reason for my opponent not to go for the server. My only saving grace is the mysterious upgrade in server 1.
I mean, I kind of at least want you to force you to raise it. I mean, the other thing is I don't know what the other thing in server one is, which is deeply disturbing. Um,
It could be anything.
Right, what's my most sensible course of action here? I want to run it on the last click.
Do you?
I want to make sure I've got a decent amount of. I mean, if it's a caprice, then I won't be able to get through more than once anyway, I'd imagine. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could run it on earlier clicks and click through some stuff. Could run it now. I've only got 2 David tokens, which is a problem. So either run it now or run it at the end. It's probably worth running it now. Yeah, let's run it now. In fact, that's probably the best thing to do.
Fall Guy!
Unless I run out of cards, in which case, well, I deserve it. So, yeah, that's fair enough. Fall Guy is dead. Next.
So the next silver was a Fall Guy because it absorbed the knife, preventing my Eli from getting knife, but that's of little consolation when there was only 1 next size res, so that only cost my opponent 1 card to break. That was a very ineffective Fall Guy.
And then lose 3.
No!
Then...
No! No, you trashed the David. Don't be silly. Trash the David.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you get past Fair Shot 3.
Dumbass. Yep. And then I lose 3 cards or 2 cards and click.
So it turned out the upgrade did not deter my opponent from knifing my remote at all, so I lost a lot of economy by losing the Adonis and the sales team, putting my opponent at match point, and getting my Cyberdex exile. I really wanted it in archive so my opponent couldn't farm sucker tokens. However, I couldn't res and purge because firstly that would set my money back really far, and secondly it wasn't legal. Because my opponent had no viruses out, purging does not change the game state. I was not allowed to purge simply to put CVS in the bin. As such, it was open to getting slummed.
I mean, I'm 99% certain you don't have any agendas in there, but if you want some,
I'm down 2 agenda points to 6. I don't have a lot of money. My opponent's all set up. But this is where the comeback begins. I draw into Arc Lockdown. While it's unfortunate that my opponent has Levy either in hand or stack, meaning that I can't stop him from levying, I can, however, disrupt his Ice Destruction plans. After some thought, I decided that exiling Spoon would be to my greatest advantage because I have big code gates both on R&D and on the remote, which my opponent will find very difficult to run past multiple times without Spoon, and there are 2 copies of Spoon in the bin, so I can be fairly sure that he will have no access to Spoon after I use Arc Lockdown on it. While my opponent struggles to set up their economy for their levy that is impending, I managed to finally draw into my Marcus Betty, which goes straight on the remote for maximum disruption in combination with Itchy, and then top it all off with a Nyx Silver to make this remote safe for the Vitruvius that I drew. I'm gonna jam it in there, hoping that my opponent doesn't run it because I need to save the Biotic for the last 2 agendas that I plan to score for the win. Does James contest my remote? We'll find out very shortly. Fall Guy! These Nyx Silvers, man. Yeah, continue?
Yeah. Alright, where's my randomizer?
Yeah, I think you want to randomize this one.
I don't think. Okay, Mr. Randomizer, I concur with your assessment. And he loses.
Let's see. So you have 2 clicks left.
Also depends if it's an agenda or not as well. Like, if it's an agenda, you have to.
This is quite easy. Just trash that. Carry on.
Okay. If it's not an agenda, then I'm basically in a really bad way after that because I'm going to be on 1 credit.
I guess the question is whether you can afford to give me the agenda.
Yes, I probably can. I think. I mean, you've got another global food flying around. Let's tough. It's tough. Okay, let me think about this. You could have stopped me getting to whatever this is if you really wanted to. You could have trashed. You could have trashed my Davids. Yeah. So you are happy for me to come in.
Technically,
so
you can get in with even. Yeah, you can. You could have gotten in if I trashed the David. You just kill the Itchy. You break the last sub with Faust, and pay the iron price and click through the Eli. You can. I'm not keeping you out either way.
No, but I don't think you calculated all of that.
I'm just saying that. Hey, no, I came in second at Worlds, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna jack out. I don't think
you face the Itchy. You actually have to.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, I still have to spend the 3 to break 2. Yeah, and obviously to do the trace.
Lose 1. Wait. Oh, you have clicks. Yeah, lose 1.
Yeah, just lose 1. Sorry, but yeah, you're right. Okay, off you go.
Wait. Oh, hold on. We might need to do a rewind. How many credits do you have after paying the 3? You had. It would be really tempting to brain you for the levy.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's redo that. This is actually quite important. Okay, so you, according to the log, you started with 2 credits, right?
Oh yeah. So I went to
5.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Goes down to 4.
Right. Yeah. So then I played the NK Ultra. Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for being so.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, this is actually quite important because if I hit the levy, I basically win. Yeah. Here we go.
No, I mean I run same old thing. And you missed the levy.
Damn!
But yeah, I run same old thing.
Okay, I'll just tell you what's happening. Basically, I have an archive memories. That's why I say I can lock down your levy.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, so
you missed the levy, so.
This is a very good time for me to archive mem lock down something in your bin. I think I have to. I don't really care about forked or knife.
What's anything? Yeah, that's the problem. I can't see what is.
Parasite would be great, but there's one sitting on my Itchy right now.
Yeah, so that doesn't help.
Medium would be awesome, but I have a macrophage. I'm not worried about medium.
Yeah,
and you have no spoons, so that's cool.
Honestly, I can't see anything in there that looks like that attractive enough
to spend that much tempo. Yeah. I agree with you. So with that said,
if both my Davids were in there, it would be worth it. But unfortunately for you, yeah, it's just it's not quite lined up in terms of what's in there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. So I was playing to my very last out there. If the 1 in 3 brain damage hit the levy, I had the arc knockdown at disposal to basically end my opponent's game because they had no fuel left to break my ice. That didn't happen. However, I've managed to cripple my opponent's tempo. They will now have to spend the next 2 turns clicking for credits and getting the levy up and going. So this gives me the breeding room I need to set up Marcus Betty and Adonis in the remote to get my economy and the threat of program trashing going. Womp womp. This is the worst card to draw in my entire remaining deck. Any other gender would have been scoreable with Baltic. Global Food, however, is a huge liability right now. As much as I need the 3 points to win, I don't have the money nor the secure remote to score it. And it is incredibly vulnerable in HQ because I devoted all my defense to the other 2 servers. So instead of leaving it vulnerable in HQ, I decided to be really cheeky and pitch it in archives. Worst case, I can use archive memories to fetch it back. James then proceeds to hammer my HQ hard for data sucker tokens, and I'm very, very glad that I decided to evacuate the food from there. Could have ended the game right there. The comeback is real. Okay.
I feel like I'm missing agendas. It's not. Mind you, you've got a biotic, and it could still be a global food, though.
Yes.
Maybe I'm not missing agendas. Maybe I'm not.
I mean, if I drew agendas, obviously I'm gonna score them, and no, I'm not gonna beta test this time.
Alright, let's have a look. There's only 1 biotic in the bin. Okay, things are looking quite nasty for me now, because I don't know if you've got another biotic. I don't know. I doubt you've got more in HQ.
You know I have an archive mem, so it's gonna come sooner or later.
So I've got a real problem now, because now I need to hit R&D, and R&D is not a nice option for anyone.
Oh, thank goodness the spoons are gone.
No one likes R&D.
Architect Macrophage is just a wall. Like, I don't care if you have mediums or not, it's a wall.
Oh boy, yeah, you don't even need the server anymore now after that.
No, I don't.
Um, Unfortunately, the two of the agendas I've stolen are not 3-2s. If I had more 3-2s, I could be more
Yeah,
confident,
definitely.
but still two 3-2s flying around. That is bad for me. Do I run archives? If you punted anything in there whilst I was thinking, right, I'm going to run archives.
Oh shit! Damn it!
Yes!
Damn it! Yeah, it was really awkward. I drew the food and I was like, I really, really don't want
Well,
this.
that's why when you threw stuff in that turn, I knew that you knew that I was going to be pounding HQ. So I was like, there is a definite shot you've thrown something into archives.
Damn. So that was incredibly back and forth. I got James really hard with the early Fairchild. He then manhandled my HQ, and then after I drew the Arc Lockdown, I started clawing my way back, but only to be screwed over by a nice Archives run. This game truly embodies the spirit of Netrunner. Thanks for watching and happy net running. Goodbye.